is Isle of Trains. It's by Dan Keltner and Seth Jeffrey. It's produced by Dice Hit Me Games. It's part of their 52 card card competition they had last year. So like I think people had these ideas of 50 games that fit into 52 cards, and then they just submit to them. And this is one of the games that was selected by Dice Hit Me. So how do you play the game? Each player will start with a level one locomotive and I think 5 cards. Right. So the cards are interesting because they are multi-use cards. What you have here is the name of the card as well as the cost that you need to pay when you build the card. This explosion sign, I don't know how to use the explosion sign, but this explosion sign is 5 points at the end of the game. This will tell you the number of load that this particular hopper card can carry. Right, that means 2. Alright, this is the load that it carries, which is like a rock. You can see here, it's a rock. This is the benefits that it gets when it gets loaded. This tells you that if you play this card as a cargo, right, this is a oil card. Right, there's 3 different types of resources in the game. Now, if you attach this to the train, like so, I'll need to discard 4 cards from my hand. Alright, the cards will be discarded to the discard pile. Alright, this will also indicate that this car has a load of 2. So as long as the number of loads in a train, the red color parts in my train, is not more than this particular number here, then I can play the card in front of me. So this means that when I play this card in front of me, I have 5 points at the end of the game. Now, the things that you can do during a game is that you can draw cards, or you can draw cards from the deck. You can draw 1 card from the deck. You can also build. Build means you place the card down like that, like what I did. There are also most of them are different cars like this. The only difference is that there's a building card as well, like this. Alright, which is like you need to pay 6 and it gives you 8 points. So some of them give you points depending on how many resources you have at the end of the game. Some of them just give you points straight up like this. You can also do a load action, which means that you take this resource and you load it into your cargo, in your car. Now if you load to your own car, own train for example, you do not get these benefits. But if this was, for example, this was John's train, if I load it there, then now I'll get these benefits. This means that I draw 2 cards and I get 1 free build action. This is what it means. And is that all the actions? I think that's all the actions you can do. Oh, you can deliver. Yeah. So the main point of the game is you want to deliver, so you can get a lot of points. Now, when you first deliver, when the port is first set up, the map will look like this. When you deliver, you choose one of these contracts and then you deliver the goods mentioned here. So when you deliver, you will take the resources from here and you discard them. You can also deliver. To discard the goods, you just draw 2 cards per good that you choose to deliver. Alright, in quotation marks. Alright, so when you deliver the main contract, you score this point, 7 points. Now you take this main contract and you flip it over the other side. Then you can choose to fulfill a secondary contract based on the main contract. So for example, you choose one of these sides. If I do the first one, I get 17 points. If I do the next one, I get 21 points. Once you've done that, you just place it underneath your train to let everyone know that you've done this one. So if I have not done it, when the game ends, I'll only score the 7 points here, like that. You can only, after you fulfill the secondary contract of this primary contract, then you can choose the next primary contract and do it. And the game will end depending on the number of players and the number of contracts have been claimed. So for example, for 4 players, if all of them has been claimed, then the game will end. The game can also end when both the draw pile and the discard pile are empty and the player needs to draw a card at the end of the turn, and that will mean that the game will end as well. Then players will count the points they have. Any remaining resources they have on their cars will also give them 1 point each, and whoever has the most points will win the game. Now, now when John and I played the game, we played with 4 players, and I think for 4 players, it tends to end a bit too fast. Yeah, because it will usually end because the draw pile and the discard pile are empty, because most of us will be trying to store up the cargo we have to do 1 good delivery, and then even when you want to do the secondary delivery, it still takes quite a lot of resources to do so. I think I had a strategy where I wanted to be as unhelpful to the rest as I can, because for most of the part, you do want to send your cargo to load your cargo to the other player's car, because then you get more benefits. But I was trying to make my train as unhelpful as the rest as I can. But I think that kind of backfired, because that means that I cannot do a lot of deliveries. Scoring points based on your actual train itself is it won't give you a lot of points.
Yeah.
Actually, the most points will come from the contracts, right? Yeah, and I think that I think it's an interesting game, but it does feel a bit too long because when you look at it's just all cards, so you kind of have this expectation that maybe it takes 30 minutes or slightly less than that to play this game. But it actually took us about an hour or so, I think.
Yeah,
Also,
and the weird thing about that when we were playing with 4 people, and to kind of explain that like ending suddenly, because it ended when it ran out of cards, nobody was really expecting the game to end.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like ended in the middle. People didn't finish delivering. Like there was no real sense of completion to it.
Yeah.
With that ending.
And people were like, oh, it ended. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of helped each other cooperatively ended the game.
Yeah.
Because we kind of felt that it was dragging a bit too long. So I mean, I could have stopped. Like we had another friend who was playing. I could have stopped him. I made him miss a turn, so to speak, so that he cannot deliver. But we chose not to do that so that he can end the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the
That's it. The playing train cars and then getting benefits from delivering goods to the other person's car is a really cool mechanic.
Yeah.
And was a really neat balancing act kind of between putting out cars that you're interested or like draw other players in, but then also enable them to play better. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I think the multi-use cards are interesting. I mean, like a lot of games that are multi-use, I do like games where the cards can have multiple uses. You use them, you discard them to pay for whatever you're building. You can use them as the tracks itself, the cards itself. You can also use them for the resources that they produce. But we do feel that it's quite a busy artwork. You can see that the artwork is very big right in the middle, and then there's a lot of things. So if you hold many cards together at the same time, you tend not to be able to see all the information at one time. So you need to like look at them one by one and then rotate them and so on and so forth. So it's a bit hard for you to hold everything in your hand and still be able to see a lot of the information at one glance. And you do tend to get a lot of cards because there are some when you deliver to them, when you load some of the cargoes, they give you 4 cards. For example, this one, when you load this cargo, you give you 4 cards and then you do one load. So it takes a bit of time to get all the information in.
Yeah. And when you're drawing 5 cards and then discarding 1, I mean, there's so much information on each card, and you're then planning out like a series of extra moves after that.
Yeah.
So it took a really long time for a lot of turns, especially towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
I also think that, I don't know, I was not a huge fan of the art. It's got a lot of lines to it and is really big on the card, and I get that they wanted to like embrace the vision of it, but it makes everything really crowded, and then the like tiny details on it and lines just kind of continue to make it more and more crowded.
I mean I like I do like the way that the coloring and all that stuff for the artwork.
Yeah, the color scheme and all that is good, but like a smaller piece of art with maybe a little less intense detail would have been better.
Yeah, I do think that if they went by the minimalistic approach, it might be quite cool. It's a very elegant, like very cool artwork. I still think that the biggest problem I have with this game is that it takes too long to play. It might be better as a 2 or 3 player because it's a bit more. You can clearly see what your opponent is going for.
Right.
There's not real direct screw your neighbor kind of thing right now in the game. I mean, you're only screwing them if you don't go use their cargo or the kind of thing. But there's no direct confrontational stuff in the game. There is interaction between the players, so that's good. But yeah, I think it's mostly because it takes it's like it's not really bang for buck in a way. Yeah. The amount of time you spend playing a game and satisfaction you get from the game is not, to me, it's not equal.
Definitely.
Yeah. But the different mechanisms in the game are sound. It's quite well designed. Yeah. I think to balance all these things is probably quite difficult to balance.
And it didn't feel unbalanced. I didn't think there was any point in which I'm like, oh, that card is clearly busted. So good job designing it, because all the mechanisms are really good and it's really well tuned. It's just not efficient.
So for me, it is a try before you buy. I want to also thank Dice Hit Me Games for this review copy of the Isle of Trains. Thank you very much for watching.